Hi, my name is Krishna Akumalla. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In our previous video, we discussed about illustration number 3. In today's video, we are going to talk about illustration 4. Illustration 4 is something special because the cash balance what they have given in the problem is different from the illustration 3. So I'm going to explain in detail about it. So without wasting much time, let us get into the video. Okay? Okay, guys. Let us read the problem. From the following particulars, ascertain the balance that would appear in the bank passbook of A on 31st December 2019. He is asking us to ascertain bank passbook balance. What are the details given in the problem? The bank overdraft as per cash book on 31st December 2019, 6,340. What is this overdraft? Everything we are going to discuss. Interest on overdraft for 6 months ending 31st December 2019, 160 is entered in the passbook. Bank charges 400 are debited in the passbook only. Checks issued but not credit cashed prior to 31st December 2019 amounting to 11,68,000. Checks paid into bank but not cleared before 31st December 2019 were 22,17,000. Interest on investments collected by the bank and created in the passbook 12 lakhs. These are the transactions given in the problem. So balance as per cash book they have given. In general, guys, I'll ask you one question. Whenever there is a regular balance given, cash book balance given, how do we consider that? Cash book balance is nothing but the balance what we have in the bank. The balance what we have in the bank. That balance is an asset for us. Which asset? It is a current asset. Do you all agree with me? Right. Now, where do we show this balance in our cash book? What do you mean by cash book here? 3 column are cash book, bank columns. Don't forget this. So where do we show this amount in our cash book? We show that under debit side of the cash book, under bank columns. We all agree? Right. Why we are showing that in debit side of the cash book? Because it is an asset. Cash balance, having balance in the bank account is an asset. So we show that as a debit balance in the cash book under bank column. But in this case, what did they give? They said it is a overdraft as per cash book. What do you mean by overdraft? I already explained this in my previous videos. Once again, I'll repeat for a minute. Overdraft is nothing but the balance. Suppose, let us say you have 10,000 rupees in your bank. If the banker provides the business or provides you to withdraw over and above the balance what you have in bank. For example, if you have 10,000 and if banker allows more than 10,000 rupees to withdraw, that is nothing but overdraft balance. That means what? Banker is allowing us to draw over and above our cash balance. Banker is allowing us to draw over and above our balance. That is called overdraft. That means what? That is a liability for us. Why that is a liability? You have to pay back that amount to your bank. You have to pay back that amount to your bank. So that is the reason why overdraft is a liability. So here, regular balance and overdraft balance. Two balances are there. What is regular balance? Regular balance is the balance what you have in our bank account. So this regular balance is also called as favorable balance. Regular balance is also called as favorable balance. Why favorable balance? Why we are calling it as a favorable balance? Because the balance can be withdrawn by us. That is our balance, business balance. So whatever balance you have in bank account is a favorable balance. Whereas if you have overdraft facility and you have withdrawn over and above your balance, that is called overdraft, right? This overdraft is a liability. You have to pay back this amount of the balance. This is called unfavorable balance. This is called unfavorable balance. Why we are calling it as unfavorable balance? Because that is not your balance, boss. You have to pay back that amount to the bank. So overdraft is unfavorable balance. Balance what you have in the bank is favorable balance. So don't forget, I wanted to give this clarity in this problem because there are some problems. They might say cash book favorable balance as per cash book. What do you mean by favorable balance as per cash book? That means you have a cash balance in the bank. There are cases where they will say unfavorable balance as per cash book. What is this unfavorable balance? That is nothing but overdraft. Unfavorable. It is not favorable to you. You have to pay that amount to bank. Hence, that is called as unfavorable balance to your business. Correct? So please remember. Now I explained what is favorable and what is unfavorable. Right? Now we are going back and resolving the problem. What did they say? The bank overdraft as per cash book on 31st December 2019, 6,340 rupees. This is what they have given. Since they said it is overdraft as per cash book balance, this is unfavorable balance. That means it is not favor to you. You have to pay this amount to the bank. So it is an unfavorable balance. So when we start preparing reconciliations, we need to put heading as bank reconciliation statement. These things I have not covered in my previous video. That is the reason I forgot. I'm covering here. As on 31st December 2019, he is asking us to prepare. So this is called a reconciliation date. This I already explained. So this is the reconciliation date. We are writing it as overdraft as per cash book balance 6,340. This is what they have given. Overdraft as per cash book balance. Clear so far? Now, what did I say? There are some rules I told you. First rule, you need to prepare one cash book, passbook. This is debit, this is credit. This is debit, this is credit. This is called receipt side, this is called payment side. This is called payment side, this is called receipt side. You should never forget these things. Why it is called receipt side, why it is called payment side, that also I already explained. Okay, you can go through that three columnar cash book. That time I already detailed explained to you. Now they have given overdraft balance as per cash book. Overdraft balance is a liability for us. We have to pay that amount to bank. That is not favorable balance. That is unfavorable balance for us. Right? We have to pay this amount to bank. Liability. So where do we need to show? Where do we need to show? We need to show that in credit side of the cash book. So 6,340 we have to show in credit side. What did I say? Rule number 2, we have to put the same balance in passbook also for this, solving the problem, right? So this also we need to put it in payment side. Since this is kept in payment side, here also we need to put it in payment side. So 6,340. Now where do we need to put the question mark? They gave cash book balance. We are finding passbook balance. Since we are finding passbook balance, the question mark has to be kept on passbook. The question mark has to be kept on passbook. Now, what is the rule? If the question mark balance is increased, you have to add. If the question mark balance is reduced, you need to deduct. That's all. If the question mark balance is increased, you have to add. If the question mark balance is decreased, you need to reduce or subtract. This is the rule we need to follow. Now, next point. Interest on overdraft for 6 months ending 31st December 2019, 160 entered in passbook. So, interest on overdraft is debited in passbook. Entered in passbook, he said. He didn't say debited in passbook. But where do we show that? Interest on overdraft, we have to pay. So that will come under payment side. 160 rupees will come in passbook payment side. Are you getting my point? Now you see, So one debit is there, another debit got. So this balance will increase, this balance is reduced. So question mark balance is increased. So we have to add this. What happened? Question mark balance is increased. 6,340 plus 160. This balance is increased. So we have to add this 160. So interest debited in the passbook but not yet entered in the cash book. That is what we need to write, and we need to add this 160. See here, add. Why did we add this? Because the question mark balance is increased, since that we are adding that. Clear? Let us move on to the next point. This we need to take out, and we need to again go with the same balance, 6,340, 6,340. Next point. Bank charges 400 are debited in passbook only. It very clearly gave 400 rupees they have debited only in passbook. Just because we debited 400, this balance is increased. Debit and a debit. This also explained. Debit into debit equal to plus. Debit into credit is equal to minus. Credit into debit is equal to minus. Credit into credit equal to plus. You need to refer my previous videos so that you will get to know all these points. Whatever I'm talking here, that has been explained in our previous videos. So 6,340 plus 400. So this question mark balance is increased. Since question mark balance is increased, we need to add that 400. Here, add. Bank charges debited in passbook but not entered in the cash book. Clear? Right. Next. Let me take out this and again go back to the same balance. So what did they say here? Checks issued but not cashed prior to 31st December 2019 amounting to 11 lakh 68,000. Checks issued. We issued the checks but not cleared. We issued the checks. They were not presented. When I issue the check, supplier has to go to bank and present it, right? They did not. Then they're not cleared. So when I issue the checks, issue means what? Paid. So I paid 11 lakh 68,000 worth of checks issued. So payment side I need to write, right? So, but that is not recorded in passbook. Why that is not recorded in passbook? Supplier did not go to bank and presented that. Since he did not go to the bank, that checks wouldn't have been paid by the banker. So now this balance is increased. See, 6,340 credit, another credit added. So what will happen? This balance got increased. But what balance we need to see? Question mark balance. Question mark balance is reduced. Question mark balance is reduced because here it is showing only 6,000. Here it is showing 11 lakhs plus. Are you getting my point? So this balance, question mark balance is reduced. Since question mark balance is reduced, we need to deduct this amount. See, less. Checks issued but not presented 11 lakh 68,000. Why that has come in less side? Because the question mark balance is reduced. Simple rule. If the question mark balance is increased, you have to add. If the question mark balance is reduced, you need to deduct. Very simple to prepare the bank reconciliation. Right? Next. Let us take out these points. Again, we are going back to same old 6,340. Right. Now, next point. Checks paid into bank but not cleared before 31st December 2019 were 22 lakh 17,000. Checks paid into bank. That means what? Here it is not payment. Checks paid, deposited here. See, this English is very typical for you to understand. They will try to confuse us to the core in the examination. We have to be very careful. Checks paid into the bank. There are some people might misunderstand this. Oh, this is paid. No, why are you recording this in receipt side? No, this is paid into the bank. That means what? We deposited into the bank, asking banker to collect these amounts from our customers. Asking banker to collect these amounts from our customers. So these are the checks deposited. That means what? They are the receipts. We deposited, but banker did not clear it. When we deposit, what banker is supposed to do? He has to go to customer, collect that amount and credit to our account. right? I deposited, but he did not clear it. He did not go to customer and our customers did not collect that amount. So this 22 lakhs 17,000 I deposited. So that is a receipt for me. 22 lakhs 17,000 is a receipt for me. So I need to record that in receipt side. But that amount was not recorded in passbook. Now what is the status of the balance? This balance is reduced. This balance got reduced. Why? Because the payment balance is 6,440. One credit and debit balance will reduced. One credit and debit balance got reduced. The question mark balance is increased. Question mark balance is increased. So I need to, since question mark balance is increased, I have to add checks deposited but not yet credited in the passbook. 22 lakh 17,000. This is what we added. Are you clear? Right. Let me go to next point. What did he say? Interest on investments collected by the bank and created in the passbook 12 lakhs. Interest on investments collected by the bank. Our investments. Banker collected interest from those investments and credited in our bank. So that is a receipt for us. Right? So what banker did is he collected this 12 lakhs. Where does he write this? Payment side or receipt side? Will be recorded in receipt side. Why? Because that is our investment amount collected by the banker. So that will be the receipt for us. So he will record in receipt side 1 lakhs. Now one debit is here, one credit is here. Okay, before that, has it been recorded in the cash book? No. He did not say that it is recorded in cash book. He said it is created in passbook. That's all. He didn't talk about the cash book. Since he did not talk about the cash book, we should assume that this is recorded only in passbook. This is recorded only in passbook. So now what happened? One debit is here, one credit. So one debit and one credit is balance will reduce. Please refer my previous video again. One debit and one credit. Balance will come down, reduce. So question mark balance got reduced. If the question mark balance got reduced, you need to deduct that amount. So 12 lakhs you need to deduct here. What did we write here? Interest collected and credited by the bank but not entered in the cash book 12 lakhs. Are you clear? So this is what we need to record this. Now all the transactions we have recorded. Now we need to balance this. How do we balance it? 6,340 plus 160 plus 400 plus 22 lakh 17,000 all put together it has come to 22 lakhs 23,900. Getting my point? From this 11 lakh 68,000 12 lakhs. That means 23 lakh 68,000 we need to reduce. If I reduce these two, this is 22 lakhs. These two put together 23 lakhs. That means what? My less amount is on higher side. So then when I deduct that, I'll get a minus value. 1,44,100 is the minus value. This is the beautiful point you need to understand. Here, please understand. Overdraft is nothing but unfavorable balance. Correct? So when I had an unfavorable balance, this itself is the this is what I have taken. Unfavorable balance I have taken into account. When I take unfavorable balance and I get negative balance here, this will be considered as a favorable balance. Guys, please be very careful here. This is unfavorable balance. This is unfavorable balance. So if this is the positive balance, if this is not a negative, if this is a positive, then this also will be considered as unfavorable. This is unfavorable. This will also will become unfavorable provided if this is a positive balance. But here, this is unfavorable, but here I got the negative balance. Whenever I get a negative balance, what I'm supposed to do is I need to check on top. What is that balance I mentioned on top? It is unfavorable balance. So if top is unfavorable balance, and if I get a negative balance here, this will be a favorable balance. This will be a favorable balance. That is one. Second aspect. Let us say this is the favorable balance. I'm just giving an example. This is instead of unfavorable, I said it is a favorable balance, right? Now I got the negative balance here. Since this is the favorable balance, this will become unfavorable balance. That means overdraft balance. So whenever you get negative balance here, you need to go and check on top. What balance I have taken on top? If the top is unfavorable balance, this negative balance will become favorable balance. Suppose this is a negative balance. On top, we had a favorable balance. On top, if it is favorable balance, this will become unfavorable balance. I hope you are clear on this point. If you are not clear, please comment on my video. I will definitely get back to you. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching my video.